Hello friends, this is Thaddeus from Going Nerdy, and I come to you live in the middle of a Lobot convention, and I think I look pretty spot on. But we finally got the Jedi Triumvirate, which is what I'm calling them, rework, General Kenobi, Anakin, and Ahsoka. For the most part, I'm very satisfied with this overall. Jumping into it, looking at General Kenobi, we have a side-by-side here of General Kenobi. They didn't change much for Kenobi, and I really like that because Kenobi is a great plug-and-play character, but what he's not is beneficial to the team that he's supposed to be great with, right? And that's the Jedi. Kenobi is the pure Jedi. So if you guys don't know the Kenobi backstory, it's fascinating. There's a moment when Kenobi is actually sent, obviously, if you haven't seen the third movie, this is a spoiler. When Kenobi is sent to go after Anakin, he doesn't think he should go. Anakin is a great fighter. He's a great duelist. Kenobi doesn't do that. Why is Kenobi sent? Because Kenobi is the master of only one fighting style. The first style, the basic style. It is the style of defense. It embodies the Jedi. General Kenobi, when he was fighting against Anakin, when he begged him to say, hey, I have the high ground, he's like, no, you don't, I'm going to win, whatever. That was the embodiment of the Jedi code. It's an awesome moment. I'll get on my soapbox for a second, or I'll get off my soapbox, but great kit. It has been a great kit, and they don't change much. But what they do, I said do, which is awesome, is it stays true to the kit. It stays true to who Kenobi is as a person, as a Jedi, and it's awesome. Now, this is the Zeta that they've given him. Now, it's not much different than the current Zeta that he has, except that it gives that taunt at the end of his turn, which is great, or gives that taunt whenever a Galactic Republic ally loses protection, which is great, and I'm not going to bash that. Now, moving on to Jedi Knight Anakin, let's jump over here. Now, again, this is the only one that I'm kind of disappointed at, because Anakin, his kit's solid. I like what they've done, but Anakin needed the most work. And it's different than what I personally wanted. I'd made a video yesterday, and it was awesome. I was like, oh, this is all the stuff he should have. It'll be great. And he didn't get half the stuff. It is in keeping with what I wanted, so apparently they're reading my mind, but it's not as much as I would have liked. I really would have liked a complete overhaul of Anakin. Now, deft blade work, so this essentially didn't change, except it increased to 80%. His first special, Overpowering Assault, which is different than Reckless Assault, deal physical damage to all enemies. That's kind of where the similarities stop, and grant all allies offense up and critical chance up for 2 turns. For each enemy critically hit, grant protection up 10% stacking to each Galactic Republic ally for 1 turn. This attack can't be evaded. So the way that I'm reading this is after that turn, the next time they get protection up, it's going to be 20%. Then the next time it'll be 30%, then 40%, and 50%. I think that's very beneficial. I think that it's going to have some drawbacks with obviously a few select teams. Always on offense, they've clarified this. There's just a clarification here, which, again, kind of weird. They put, instead of saying give 30% offense and 20% critical, they say have, and other allies have half that amount. So they've just changed the wording, so it's not a real tweak. Like they say, it's a touch-up, which again leads me to believe that there's another Anakin coming. And why wouldn't there be? Why shouldn't there be? Righteous Fury is, I think, what I like the most about his kit. Whenever another ally falls below 50% health or is defeated, Anakin takes a bonus turn, and his next attack deals 100% more damage. Now, I don't think that's stacking or anything. It's just 100% more damage than it would have. Okay, still really freaking cool. Originally, it said whenever another ally falls below 50% health or defeated, Anakin gains 100% turn meter. it's not a bonus turn, right? He takes a bonus turn, and his next attack only dealt 75% damage. Now, here's the thing. Now, again, I think that it would have been cool for some more things. This is just a touch-up, and I'm fine with it as a touch-up. I definitely want more from an Anakin, and I think more from an Anakin will be coming maybe soon, maybe later, I don't know. But let's jump over to Ahsoka. This is the kit that I like the most. Now, we all love Ahsoka, but I gotta point out, guys, this kit is still Padawan Ahsoka. This is Ahsoka under the tutelage of Anakin Skywalker, Master Jedi. Or, I'm sorry, not Master Jedi, Jedi Knight. She obviously got the biggest rework, and it is solid. You're going to want Ahsoka. Now, one of the cool things for me is once I realized that I wasn't going to be able to get Darth Malak, I switched over to starting to farm Ahsoka and Anakin. I had him at 7-star. I just needed to gear him up. I am one piece away at the recording of this video to gearing Ahsoka Tano to gear 12, and I'm excited about that. Now, her basic attack now dispels all buffs on that enemy, which is awesome. It's a mass dispel on her basic attack, which again, with Obi-Wan Kenobi, that basic attack, if she's buffed, when Kenobi does his AoE like normal, she's going to be able to debuff that person, which is awesome. On a critical hit, dispel all debuffs on Ahsoka and another random Galactic Republic ally. She's a cleanser, and more so than she's been in the past. I mean, she was a healer in the past. Now she's a cleanser, and that is awesome. Her basic attack cleanses people, and because of her daring Padawan, she's going to assist whenever, and I'll get to that in a second. I mean, it's a really awesome kit. Her first special ability, or actually her only special ability, is Protective Maneuvers. Deals physical damage to target enemy. If Jedi Knight Anakin or General Kenobi is an ally, deal damage again. If both are allies, deal damage a third time. If the ally leader is Galactic Republic, this attack deals 50% more damage, which is awesome, right? That's you're getting a chance to attack 3 times on this basic in this special ability. It's the third time or all 3 of them will deal 50% more damage with the Galactic Republic character. That's at the helm. That's awesome. That is amazing. On top of that, all allies recover health, 20% health, and all Galactic Republic allies gain protection up for 1 turn, and that's 20%. So this protection up thing is very good. It's very beneficial. And again, I think this is going to make this team very formidable in a number of things. Her leadership ability didn't change at all, which I find fascinating, because Jedi Knights, or Jedi and Night Sisters, have 14% evasion and gain 20% turn meter whenever they evade. That's such a weird thing, but is it? The unique daring Padawan, again, awesome. They've kind of retooled it a little bit. Ahsoka has a 40% max health, plus 10% evasion, and plus 10% critical chance, or plus 25 speed. These values are doubled while she has critical hit immunity. If Jedi Knight Anakin is an ally, Ahsoka gains critical hit immunity for 2 turns at the start of each encounter, and whenever she uses a special ability, which is every 3 turns, right? So she gains it for 2 turns, and when she gains it, she's going to have 80% max health, 20% evasion, 20% critical chance, and 50 speed. That's awesome. That's amazing. That's super sweet. On top of that, if the ally leader is a Galactic Republic, Ahsoka is called to assist whenever another Galactic Republic ally uses a special ability. Okay, so I started to look at the Galactic Republic allies, okay? You got your clones, and I think right off the bat, you're probably going to want 5s and Rex. I think those are going to be the unless they start giving us new ones, and I do think that's coming, I think those are going to be the 2 most legitimate ones that you get. They're going to be the best for your buck. Rex is a cleanser as well. 5s is another tank. I don't know if you necessarily need the tank, but he throws down speed down. He throws a lot of debuffs on people. Rex, again, is a very solid lead. Really, what's interesting is the Asajj Ventress and the Night Sister Zombie, okay? So here's what I'm thinking. And this is one that I'm definitely going to try out, right? So Asajj gets this, I mean, she eventually hits like a dump truck, right? And when the Night Sister zombie is around, she's your tank. I feel like what this will do is it allow you to kind of spread the damage between Kenobi and zombie for things like some of the raids, some of the different areas of the raid. And if you're always attacking one, then the other, it's going to make it difficult to kill both, right? Then, when they do kill both, I think you've got Asajj here who jumps in and can really do some pretty crazy damage as events go on. Now, I don't know if you want to split up Asajj and the Night Sister zombie from the rest of the Night Sister team, because it does do some pretty serious damage. But I'm really curious about this because there have got to be some other mechanics here. There've got to be some other things that I'm just not seeing that are lying in wait. Now, I do think we're getting more clones. I do think that we will eventually get another Jedi Knight Anakin, maybe, and hopefully a Anakin Fallen. There's still a lot of potential for these characters. I do think clones are going to be playing a major role in the upcoming months, and definitely we're going to start seeing some clone viability in this game that we really haven't seen up until this point, which I'm excited for because, the clones need some love. Now, I want to finish off, guys. One thing that I am kind of saddened by is I would have liked to see two things added to this. I would have liked to have seen all Jedi get their saber form or their blade form. I think that would have been really cool to see that. I would have loved to see Ahsoka become a pilot. She was a pilot. She was a great pilot. I'm really curious to see what these teams look like in play because on paper, I think they have a lot of potential. Definitely, guys, and I'll say this one last time, I think we need battalions. I think we need a 212th. I think we need a 501st. I think we need a Bad Batch. I think those tunes are coming, potentially. I think there's quite a bit of potential, and I think I'm excited to see this, and I'm excited to see what it looks like in action because I think it's going to be sweet. And I think that this is going to be a viable team, quite possibly, in a couple phases of the STR, if nothing else. I'm really curious to see what it looks like against the heroic AAT. But with that, guys, what do you think of these kits? What do you think of these reveals? Do you think there's more coming? Is this just the tip of the iceberg? I mean, if we do leave a comment in the section below, like, subscribe, share. Check out my Going Nerdy swag store where you can find all kinds of swag to help support the channel. Not all of it is Star Wars Galaxy of Heroes related, but most of it is. Or just, most of it's related to me and stuff. But with that, guys, join us. Follow me on Instagram. Follow me on Twitter. Visit me on goingnerdy.com. This has been Thaddeus from Going Nerdy. And as always, my friends, smile and stay nerdy.